LSU is at Florida. I look forward to the day, by the way, and I think it's coming, when this game gets its luster back, gets the national spotlight rightly shown on it again. This is a 7 o'clock game. It's ESPN. And by the way, how about you Florida season ticket holders? This is what you had: the Utah game, primetime game. You had, who else went down there? Kentucky, primetime game. This is their third pretty high-profile primetime game already, and some folks don't get that all year. So hats off. I don't know what you guys are doing, but you're doing it right. I'm hopeful that one day, this is right back in the national spotlight. This is a critical game. I know it doesn't have playoff ramifications on it, but if the casuals can plug their ears for a second, the remainder around here, I think we get that there's a big difference in heading into the back half of October 5-2 versus 4-3. Both of these teams are 4-2 right now. LSU, for those keeping track, LSU seeking the first 4-game win streak versus Florida since 1977 through 1980. And who can forget that stretch for the Bayou Bengals? I have no clue what to do with this Tennessee game last week. LSU got drugged at home by Tennessee, famously. And I don't really know what to do with it. Certainly, we want to use all the information available at our fingertips to make the most accurate prediction possible, right? Christopher Walken said in Wedding Crashers, we have no way of knowing what the future holds. We just have to do the best we can with the information at hand. Paraphrasing Christopher Walken. How do I process that Tennessee game? I saw the muffed kickoff, and then I saw the big kick return or punt return and set up Tennessee in plus territory, and Tennessee just, boom, grabs a 2-score lead right out of the gate. And it's not like I didn't see that. It's not like it doesn't count. But if I'm trying to look ahead and ask myself how that stuff translates to this game, I don't know that it matters. I just think that was a very poor showing by LSU. LSU is still capable of plenty more than that, and it is what it is. Maybe Tennessee's just a really good team. But it was such a unique set of circumstances, I tend to kind of remove it. Bake the numbers in, but otherwise just kind of remove it. The scheduling dynamic, Tennessee was off. LSU was coming off a road game. You know all that. You saw the game like I did. So what I do care about here is LSU's been decent on third down. They've been decent. They are 38th in the country. Can they prey on the statistic and the fact that Florida's defense on third down is the worst in the SEC? See, last week, what we were asking about LSU is Tennessee secondary, nothing to write home about. Can Jaden Daniels in the passing game take advantage? And early on they didn't. The passing statistics ended up looking impressive, but it was irrelevant because Tennessee had already pulled away. Well, can you avoid the other guy having a fast start this week? And can you convert on third down? Can we get an 8 or 9 of 14 or 15 type of game? That'd be good enough, maybe, to win if some other things fall your way. But on the other side, I think the Florida ground game is the most important factor here. Tennessee didn't win last week because they threw the ball all over LSU. They won because they ran the ball all over LSU. Now, you may be right if you say, well, we'll have an easier time defending Florida's ground game because we don't have to respect Richardson's arm quite like we do against Hendon Hooker. That sounds all well and good, but Anthony Richardson can stretch the field with his arm. Now, you can roll the dice that there won't be accuracy behind those throws, and you know what else he can do? We just showed it on B-roll. He can improvise. He can make throws on the run. He can scramble, and when everything else is broken down, make some of the biggest plays that he makes all afternoon. He did that against Tennessee, by the way. So if you want to sell yourself that you don't have to respect his arm just because the completion percentage is in the mid-50s, you be my guest there. That's how you lose football games. So I think Florida could have a fair amount of success on the ground because of that. Let's take a look at what the model thinks. The Vegas number right now is Florida minus 2.5. Our number's a little bit north of there. It's Florida minus 3.5. Because of the reasons I just mentioned, and because I do think that ground game is a tick better than whatever the biggest advantage LSU has in this game is, I'm going to take Florida to win and finally snap that streak before it gets out of hand and matches something in the late 70s. So LSU away from home, not a fan here. I'm going to take Florida to win. I'm going to take Florida to cover. There is not a strong lean. The model doesn't have a strong lean on this, as you saw. I just think it's two fairly good teams playing each other with hopes that 1 or 2 years from now, this game means a lot more on the national scene. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Make sure you like the video and please subscribe to the channel. Not just for me, that's how we keep this entire thing free.